All right, guys, what's up? This is Ryan from Elevate Security. Now, I know in previous videos I've already covered Zenmap with the active recon section, right? I've really broken that down, and definitely check out that video if you haven't and you are a complete beginner. What I'm going to be doing is still going to be very beginner friendly, but it's also going to be very helpful for the OSCP. So I'm going to go ahead and go into, home, hack the box. All right, sorry, I had to remember where I put this. So we already have some Zenmap files from before that I can demo this on, but while I'm doing that, there's a new box that I'm just going to start up so I can show you more of a simulating the lab environment, right? So perfect, right? We have 3 boxes right here from before. I think I have Zenmap scans for all of them, but let's just say, because in the lab environment, in the exam environment in the OSCP, exam you're going to have 5 boxes. In the lab you're going to have, well, there used to be like 50. I think there's like 80 now or something if I'm not mistaken. So you're going to have a bunch of stuff going on at once. So you want to manage that. You want to do your recon pretty nicely, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and set things up as I would if I was actually tackling this. And so I'm just going to, on this one, I'm going to go ahead and run my Zenmap scan. Now, of course, if you're not familiar with the flags that I'm running, check out that other Zenmap video that I did previously, and you can get some good info on that. So, am I forgetting anything? Yes, I'm forgetting the IP address. Okay. 10.10.10.102 in this case. And let me just make sure that I can ping that. Make sure that's accessible. Oh, it shouldn't be accessible because I did not start my freaking VPN. So let me just go ahead and do that. So let's go to opt, and we'll do VPN, and we'll do sudo open VPN. This. So cool. That should get us squared away there. And then I'll check our IP address to make sure. I know I'm rattling through this pretty fast. A lot of this is just kind of setup stuff. And I've explained these in other videos, but this isn't too relevant to the topic. I'm basically just getting connected to the Hack the Box network so that essentially I can access this box and demo it for you. But as you see here, I am connected to the Ton Zero interface to the Hack the Box network. That's my current IP address. So what I can now do is, let's try to, I might need to run that Zenmap scan again then. Yeah, okay. So I'll just go ahead, run this. And so, yeah, basically I'll be running that, and I'll be doing some recon in the background, as I always advocate. If you're familiar with some of the things I've been advocating on this channel, that is definitely one of them. So now while I do that, I'm going to, maybe a better name for this would be Hawk Zenmap or something like that, right? And so here, maybe this one is Zenmap. We'll just call this one Zenmap. So if I go to my, where I was before, but Hack the Box here, we can start taking a look at these Zenmap files and really going through, okay, we've already scanned Bashed, we've scanned Blue, we've scanned Vault and Metasploitable 2. While we are waiting on our Hawk Zenmap scan to complete, or the full scan or whatever, let's start going through the information that we already have. Let's start doing recon on what we already have. So let's go into Bashed first, right? Okay, wait, did I? Okay, yeah, I have it. So when we scan this, and I guess I could showcase this here. When we scan this, we did the output all formats, meaning we have the XML file for the scan. So one thing that I can do, and we also have the full, right? So one thing I can do is use a program that comes prepackaged with Kali Linux called Legion, I believe. So we'll just go ahead and execute that. And with this, what it allows us to do is it actually allows us to import those scans into here and get a nice graphical view of it. So I'm kind of debating, this is probably something that I'm going to be using quite a bit. I've used it a little bit in the corporate world on the day-to-day, but I haven't really used it in the OSCP context. But for the labs, and probably for the exam as well, I would say this would be pretty useful. So I go here to open, and let's see here. Cali Hack the box, bashed, Zenmap. We're just going to grab the full scan since we have it. Okay, actually, this is for the session, so let's see how we can... It's been quite a while since I used this, full disclaimer. Ah, okay, right here. I just missed out on it. Import Zenmap. That's definitely what we're looking for, without a doubt. So go back there. Now, let's take the full scan, right? Because why import the full one when we have the short one when we have the full, right? And I guess it's going to take like a second for it to import. But basically, we're going to do this for all the stuff that we have. I don't know if it's hanging here. I haven't used this tool. If this tool is super slow, there's also another option, and it's called Zenmap, which actually we might have that on this box as well. Maybe not. It might be a deprecated tool. I know it used to come prepackaged with Kali Linux, but perhaps not anymore. But basically, it was another tool that was made to do the same thing. So if it's that slow, maybe I won't end up using it. I might have to do some tweaking on this to get it to work, but what I would do is I would pull it into there, and then I would have a nice graphical interface on this stuff. Let's just see what this full the full file looks like. Okay, for this particular box, that was the only thing that was even open. So yeah, for this one, that was pretty much the only information. There wasn't really too much on this. Let's try to take a look at, say, some of these other boxes here. Okay, I didn't even run a full scan on this one. Yeah, I don't know why this seems to kind of hang right here. Maybe something to look into afterwards. But it looks like this is all the open ports here. So it's pretty cool. You can, like, at a glance see stuff. We can also sort it by services, right? So that's pretty cool. So we can see all the ones that have HTTP running, NetBIOS, MSRPC, all this stuff. So it allows us to sort of sift through it easily. Now, when you only have 2 servers, this isn't that useful, right? But imagine the OSCP lab environment where there's like 80, right? This is a really good way to like quickly do your low-hanging fruit. Now, you can do this command line style with grep on the greppable Zenmap stuff, which that's what I did before, but this is an alternative way to do it that might be worth looking into. And then we can save this, but let's go ahead and add the rest of these. Import the rest of these first, and then we'll go from here. And I think there might be ways to run tools on this. Yeah, there's a tools thing. If I can get that working, then maybe I could showcase that maybe in a future video or something. I don't know if this is the scan, if that scan's done yet. So let's just go here. We for sure did this one. But this is another one. Obviously, there was a lot of open ports on this one, no doubt. So, yep, we got all of that. And then, if we just do the last one, I wish I would remember where I was before so I don't have to keep going through this. Oh yeah, we'll just pull in this one here. So yeah, now you see all this stuff here. You even see like, oh cool, yeah, you can even see the Zenmap scripting, Zenmap script results. Like, okay, FTP anonymous, login allowed, SSH host key, all this stuff. So really nice way to just sift through the information, because we've already done the hard work of collecting all the data. Now we just need, and we can even make our own notes on it, right? We've already done the hard work, the heavy lifting of collecting all the data. Now we just need a way to really process that data in an efficient manner. And that's where a tool like this can be very helpful. We can also run some brute forcing against it. So there's some built-in tools that you can actually run against the results. And I'm not sure what's going on with this. I feel like it's not, well, it's definitely not loading correctly, but I'd have to see what's going on with this. But yeah, you can definitely, I know it has the functionality to run some tools against it based off the output, you know, the results. But maybe that's something we can look into later. But another cool thing is, now that we have all this, we can save this as lab or whatever we want to call it. We'll just put that on the desktop for now, right? So now we have this .legion file. So say we closed out of this, we're done, and we wanted to come back to it later, then that's how we can get our results back in. Because yeah, now by default it's not there, but if we, now this is where you just go to open, and yeah, we would just import the Legion file, and now there you go. All of our stuff's there. So as you can imagine, once you have tons of servers, this is going to be really useful to see things at a glance. A little bit better, in my opinion, than grepping through like all these different files and saving them as different files. Like, oh, this is a file of all the port 445s, all the servers that have port 445 open. This is a file of all the ones that have Tomcat running, right? Instead of having like 100 different files for all that stuff, you can have it all in one centralized location and be like, okay, let me see the services. All right, which boxes have FTP? Okay, these ones have FTP. This is the version of FTP they're running, you know? All that stuff just instantly. So that's what's really nice about this stuff. But yeah, I'll pretty much conclude it here. This is a sort of different perspective on doing active recon, utilizing Zenmap with some other tools to really just be as efficient as possible, cut down on the wasted time, and get more shells. So yeah, I hope this was of help to you. Let me know if there's any questions or comments down in the section below, and we will just keep on going through this OSCP beginner's guide for you guys. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.